In the age of collectible culture, where nostalgia meets novelty, Pop Mart has managed to turn a simple character into a global financial ecosystem. At the center of this empire stands Labubu, a mischievous, wide-grinned creature that looks like something pulled from a child's dream and an artist's imagination. To the casual observer, Labubu might seem like just another cute figurine on a shelf, but to Pop Mart, it represents a goldmine built on intellectual property. Licensing Labubu has become more than just a business strategy, it's a masterclass in how to convert art into perpetual revenue. Pop Mart didn't merely sell toys, it sold meaning, emotion, and identity through a design that fans could touch, collect, and display. And through licensing, it managed to turn that emotional connection into a renewable stream of cash that never sleeps. At its core, licensing transforms ownership into opportunity. Pop Mart's real genius lies in understanding that once a character like Labubu captures cultural momentum, the company no longer has to be the only one selling it. Instead, it becomes the gatekeeper of the brand. Every brand collaboration, fashion crossover, and theme park deal runs through Pop Mart's licensing arm, which functions like a toll booth on the highway of creativity. This means that while others spend to produce, market, and distribute products featuring Labubu, Pop Mart earns a percentage of every transaction simply because it owns the rights. In this way, the company has transformed its intellectual property into a royalty-generating engine, one that doesn't rely on constant new releases but on the sustained cultural presence of the character itself. The brilliance of the Labubu licensing model comes from scarcity and community, two psychological levers that Pop Mart has mastered. By limiting the release of physical figures and creating anticipation through blind box packaging, Pop Mart built a fanbase that operates like an ecosystem. Collectors trade, hunt, and speculate, giving the character life beyond the shelf. Licensing extends that universe further, letting Labubu appear in fashion lines, mobile games, animated shorts, and branded merchandise. Each collaboration deepens the lore and legitimacy of the character, creating an expanding web of exposure that feeds back into the toy's desirability. Every appearance of Labubu, on a hoodie, in an ad, or on a billboard, becomes both free marketing and a revenue-generating asset, an infinite cycle of brand reinforcement and monetization. What makes this system so powerful is how it blurs the line between fandom and commerce. Pop Mart realized early that the emotional investment of collectors could be transformed into financial sustainability. Fans don't just buy a product, they buy participation in a story that feels personal and evolving. When Labubu is licensed into different forms, from virtual avatars to art installations, the audience feels included in the character's expansion. It's no longer just about owning a figure, it's about being part of a cultural moment. And that is where licensing thrives, in the space where identity meets imagination, where owning a piece of something beloved feels like owning a part of oneself. For Pop Mart, this emotional attachment is the currency that drives the entire machine. Behind the art and aesthetics, there's a financial story unfolding with quiet precision. Licensing allows Pop Mart to generate income without the overhead of production or distribution, which means higher profit margins and lower operational risk. In 2023 alone, IP licensing contributed a growing percentage to Pop Mart's overall revenue, signaling a shift from a toy company to a full-fledged entertainment IP house. The company's partnerships with international brands extend Labubu's reach beyond Asia, turning it into a global icon that can live on sneakers, coffee cups, or even digital assets. What began as a niche collectible has evolved into a scalable, borderless brand, and every new collaboration adds another line of passive income to Pop Mart's books. The genius of it all lies in how invisible the monetization feels. Fans see creativity, but Pop Mart sees compounding capital. Labubu's charm isn't accidental, it's engineered through storytelling, scarcity, and aesthetic universality. The character's ambiguous gender, minimalist design, and expressive features make it adaptable across markets and age groups. That universality gives Pop Mart endless licensing flexibility. A single IP that can resonate with both streetwear enthusiasts in Shanghai and art collectors in London becomes an asset that can be repackaged indefinitely. Pop Mart's strategy, then, isn't about chasing trends, it's about creating a timeless emotional symbol that can live in any medium. The toy is merely the entry point, the IP is the real product. And licensing is the invisible architecture that keeps it all financially alive, as Pop Mart continues to expand. Labubu stands as both its mascot and its business model, a physical embodiment of how creativity, when properly protected and licensed, can become a self-sustaining economy. Each deal signed under Labubu's name is not just a transaction, it's a step toward cultural immortality. What Pop Mart discovered is that in the modern world, art doesn't just inspire, it compounds. Licensing allows every creative spark to echo through industries, each echo bringing revenue back home. Through Labubu, Pop Mart didn't just create a toy, it created a renewable asset, a brand with infinite scalability powered by emotional connection and intellectual property. And that is how Pop Mart turned a smiling figurine into a financial phenomenon, a reminder that in today's economy, the true product isn't what you sell, but the story and ownership behind it.